Austin Kreitzer. I'm with the Onego High School media team, and we are doing our junior high basketball sports preview. And first off, we have Eli Green interviewing Mr. Fisher, the junior high boys basketball coach.
Hi, I'm Eli Green, and today we're doing an interview with Mr. Fisher, our junior high boys basketball coach. So, Mr. Fisher, how are the practices currently going?
Practices are going pretty well. We're working on a lot of conditioning, working on some skills work, and we're doing a lot of drills, trying to get the kids accustomed to just being comfortable on the basketball court.
So what skills are you currently focusing on in the practices?
The biggest thing we're doing is just working on passing, dribbling, and shooting. You know, these kids are pretty young, so we really just want to get them drilled on doing those three basic components.
Now, what can we be expecting from the team this season?
Well, I'm kind of wondering that myself. We have some fairly good athleticism, so I kind of like to get out and push the ball. I want to run the floor, and I really just want to focus on getting back in the winning swing of things.
So in what areas were you looking for the most improvement?
I really think the kids need to be more comfortable on the court, and I really want to get them in a winning mentality so we can compete at in every game.
So, are you modeling yourself after any coaches?
I really don't. I like to kind of research different coaches, take things from a lot of different ones, and kind of mold them together and create my own style.
Well, thank you for your time, and I hope you have a great season.
All right, thanks, Eli.
Thank you, Eli, for that interview. Next off, we have myself interviewing Mrs. Souther, the junior high girls basketball coach. I'm Austin Kreitzer. I'm with Mrs. Souther, the junior high girls basketball coach, and I'm going to ask a few questions just so we can gain some insight on what can we expect out of this season. Well, first off, how is the team shaping up and how are practices going?
Team's doing real well. We've got 15 girls out, and practice has been well. We've been working on basic skills, and we just started implementing offense and some full court press. But overall, the girls have come around nice.
Good. And for some of us that aren't basketball coaches, what are your responsibilities as a coach?
Part of the responsibility, I think, number one, is to be organized. You need to be sure that you have your practice in line, you have your drills and skills aligned so that they are progressive. It's a lot of teaching. You have to start from the basics and then build on that. In addition to being prepared for your practices, you need to be able to be prepared for game situations and make that practice like a game situation. Additional responsibilities, of course, is kind of the paperwork part of it, where you have to check out uniforms, be responsible for getting that equipment taken care of, and have enough equipment for your players. And we got to make sure you have some air in your basketballs. That always helps the game.
Yeah. And since you coach multiple sports, what are some of the differences in coaching?
The sports vary sport to sport, as anybody realizes that has ever played. Basketball involves a lot more running, a lot more court activity than if you look at compared to volleyball. Volleyball is one side. Basketball has a lot more transition, being able to go quickly from offense to defense and then jump to a press. So there's a lot of little small things like that are part of that particular sport. Then you have track, where you do a lot of running, and that even includes your weight groups. So you have different groups and you set up different practices for track. 4 groups. Each group will have actually a different workout. So in that regard. But as for the idea of coaching, every coach needs to drill on the basics. Every player needs to have the opportunity to be a participant in those games. That's the only way they're going to learn that skill.
And what can we expect from the team this season?
I think this team's going to do pretty good. We've got some returning players that had a lot of playing time last year, and those kids that come around, the offenses we're running and the drills, they can snap right to it because they're familiar with it. So I look for good things this year.
And what is your overall goal?
Overall goal for the season, as I think with every sport, one thing is to be sure the athletes understand the sport and learn to appreciate the sport and maybe make it a lifetime sport that they want to continue as they go into high school, especially at this level, and then past high school. I think for my team this year, you know, every team wants to be above 500. You know, every team would like to be that top team come OTL tournament time. I hope we get there. I hope that's where we're at, and that should be the goal for every team.
Well, thank you for your time, and I hope you have a good season.
Thank you, Austin.
Thank you for that interview. Next, please stay tuned for more interviews in the future.